trust in each other. Trust in the Force.
Well, everybody, I think we know what we've got to do.
And then Bala looks at me and says,
You mean kill him?
and Chub says,
No! We gotta knock him out! We're not killing anybody. Or just tie him up. Anybody got any rope?
Chambasa looks at his puka shell necklace and says,
It's okay. It's okay, Chambasa. I don't think your neck's big enough for us to use the string from your necklace to tie him up.
peeking around the corner, it looks like this clone trooper had spent a couple minutes looking at a data pad, making sure clones had their orders, people knew where they're going, and then started walking down the hallway away from the group of you.
so it's still only the one clone trooper coming towards us.
Right now.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Someone's got to nab this guy, and I don't know if my arms are quite long enough. So, Chambasa? Thank you for volunteering.
Can Chambasa do it? Let's see what Chambasa's
Wait,
gonna
because
do.
that Chambasa's the best choice, right? Because of his rankings and stuff, right? Like his character sheet.
Potentially. We're starting to fight.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. But just with one, I don't even want to fight him. I just want to tie him up.
Yeah, but I mean, one hit's probably just not gonna do it, is the thing.
Yeah. I just have this vision of all of Chambasa just like grabbing him and grabbing his head and being like, "We're on the same side," or something like that.
Except for Chambasa, it's.
Oh, that's right. It was Chambasa. Right.
All right.
Because none of us want to hurt anybody, but we're just like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Oh, could it be a stealth check? No, because this guy's this guy.
Yeah, this guy's gonna be tough, especially if he's a ranked trooper.
Yeah, he's a sergeant.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad news. This is gonna be bad news bears. Ugh.
Okay, so we get this view of this little alcove that the group of you are in, and Chub peeks their head out the bottom, and then one by one we get everybody peeking their head out on top of each other, and then Chambasa hops out from the alcove and starts running at this trooper.
I thought we were waiting for the trooper to come to us.
The trooper's heading in the other direction.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, and go Chambasa. What happened?
And 4 successes, 1 threat,
Ooh.
and a dark side.
Ooh, more dark side. Poor Basa.
Yeah.
Getting hit.
So Chambasa runs down the hall, getting very fast by the time he hits this clone trooper, and he shoulders them right in their lower back and tackles them to the ground.
Classic Basa.
And they're on their front, and Chambasa does not have a good grip on them, and they are surprised but kind of flailing. They've still got a grip on their blaster as well. I think we're rolling initiative. I think you're in a fight.
Yeah, we're in a fight.
You get to roll cool. The clone trooper got 6 successes on his initiative roll.
How many dice was he rolling?
3 dice.
3 yellows?
Yeah.
Oh,
2 yellows and a green.
God. Jeez Louise.
Who's got the best cool? Someone has cool. Jonas has cool. So the clone trooper is under Chambasa right now, and he's able to flip over and kick Chambasa off of him.
Rude.
Yep. And that's the clone trooper's turn. He gets to a knee.
What's his threat?
What's his threat? I think he took a strain from that.
The tackle. Yeah, even a child Wookiee is you don't want that on top of you. Ow.
Yeah.
Tackled by any Wookiee of any age is gonna hurt. Okay, my turn. All right. I want to do a force thing.
Do you want to do your new ability?
Yeah, my leadership thing. Yeah, I do.
So you have to be engaged with people to give them successes.
They're all around me.
So so you'd have to run up to Chambasa
the only one
and
close.
the clone if you wanted to do that.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. So, Chub, feeling a sudden surge of energy, rushes forward when they see the clone trooper start to get up and they see the potential danger that Chumbasa might be in. So Chub runs forward, and do I need to be touching them or?
Nope, you just have to be real close.
Okay. And as Chub runs closer and closer to Chumbasa, they feel a sudden surge of energy that they, is it something like a lightning bolt, except it's successes?
What is the Force like to Chub Nubbits? We haven't really talked about it.
Well, we have. For Chub, it is the feeling of home. And with that feeling of home, when you're at the place that is home, for Chub, that means they feel safe, they feel comfortable, they feel confident, they know what to do and how to do things, and it's just this feeling of wholeness and security.
Okay. Chub feels their friends all around them, and the life on this station, even though some of it's out to get them. And roll those Force dice. So Chub rolls 2 white dice for the Force.
2 light side, 1 dark side. Okay.
The feeling of their friends at their side overwhelms the feeling of those people that are out to get them.
So the sense of dread that we've all been feeling lifts a little bit?
Sure, it could. And you reach out to your friends, and you're going to be adding an automatic success to up to 2 people.
Well, there are only 2 of us engaged in this, and that's Chumbasa and myself.
Yeah, but it's your friend's turn now.
So my friend Chumbasa?
All of your friends are sharing this turn.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's give one success to Chumbasa and the other one to... I'm tempted to give it to Draxel just because I feel like Draxel's the most useful in a fight.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember everybody else's ranks, but it also depends on initiative. Like, who are you going to have go first? And second and third? And like, did they all roll initiative?
They're all part of the same turn.
Great. So there's not an initiative within that turn. You can just pick. Except that I feel like Jonas would probably run forward really quickly.
Would they?
I don't know. Maybe. He's got something to prove.
I think Jonas would stand back because Jonas has ranks in discipline.
Oh, okay.
And he would watch and assess a little bit more than the rest of the crew.
Okay. Yeah, let's do Draxel and Chumbasa. They're getting a lot of airtime right now. I want to give, but I mean, because they're the fighter people, so.
Okay. So the clone trooper gets to one knee and starts to get himself up. Chumbasa gets up and goes to tackle him again, but the clone trooper dodges to one side, and you see him sort of strain to get out of Chumbasa's way. And then Draxel runs up with one hand in sort of a claw in front of him.
Terrifying.
Yeah. And you see the clone trooper move without actually moving. Like,
no one's touching it.
Move without moving his body, yeah.
Geez.
And Draxel pushes him off to one side and says, "Ah!"
Terrifying. So is he like force pushing him into a wall?
He's force pushing him into a wall.
No.
And you hear the sound of helmet meeting metal as he clunks his head on the bulkhead of this station. You guys are really beating this guy up.
Just want him compliant. You don't need him dead. Our goal is not death. And we're 10-year-olds. We don't know our own strength.
That's right. As the clone trooper drops his blaster, it sort of scatters across the floor. He gets up, shakes his head, and then makes his way over to his blaster, picking it up. And he's going to take aim at the bigger of the two, which is Draxel.
Rude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He takes aim at Draxel, and Draxel still has his hand out in a claw. And I just want to say that Draxel rolled multiple dark side points on his last thing.
No.
The clone trooper shoots 3 shots, and Draxel with his hand like a claw. They hit the hand and just shoot up to the left, up to the right. And the third one shoots down towards Chub.
Oh!
And I think Chub's concentration is broken as it just misses their feet.
Dex!
It's Chub's turn.
Okay, well, Chub has been severely startled. He was given a fright with that shot to their feet.
They have the butt of their lightsaber, just as a reminder, that does stun damage.
Yes, that's right. I knew that. So Chub was very startled by the shot at his feet. That Chub narrowly missed some ricochet damage there, and they shoot a warning glance at Draxel. But then Chub reaches across their waist to their utility belt, pull out their lightsaber, and runs up to the clone trooper and whacks it. So to stun, is it an electrical shock? Like, am I having to blunt force trauma to the head? Oh,
yeah.
That's terrible. And Chub,
he's wearing a helmet.
Okay, he is wearing a helmet, and all right. Yep, you're right. Chub grabs it. Chub is holding their lightsaber like a baton and run up with the...
Meanwhile, Draxel's eyes are wide because they're excited that they get to see Chub use their lightsaber.
And Chub... But then Draxel is surprised to see Chub flip it wrong side up, have the butt end facing to the top, holding it in their hand, and Chub runs up and just whacks the clone trooper on the side of the head with the pommel of their lightsaber.
So as you roll that, we need a description of what Chub's lightsaber looks like, because the listeners have no idea unless they're Patreon patrons.
Ooh.
So it's going to be against two purples.
So Chub's lightsaber is... Ooh, excellent. Roll, Mary Frances. Good job, Chubby Bubby. Chub's lightsaber is very unusual, and while they were constructing it, they paid special attention to adding in a lot of touches and homages to their home planet of Endor. So everything is inlaid with wood or carved to look like tree rings and things. So it all looks very, very natural and earthy. And the very end of their lightsaber has a pommel made out of metal. And with this pommel, it adds some good weight to the handle. But they are also able to use that pommel to stun instead of turning on their lightsaber to cause more critical damage.
So Chub winds up and swings the butt end of their lightsaber at this clone trooper, and we get the view from inside the helmet as this like rock-shaped thing comes at it, and you hear the clone say, "Oh!" And then Chumbasa, right behind Chub, winds up a big furry fist and slams it right into the front of the helmet, and the view from the inside of the helmet goes dark.
Oh boy, this poor guy. I do feel bad for this clone trooper. He's been microchipped. He can't help it. But Draxel is disappointed that all they saw Chub do was use their lightsaber as a billy club. But oh well, it got the job done. Chub is so excited at their victory that they yell,
Yub Nub! Ichiwama!
And then Henna, as quickly as this clone sergeant goes down, Henna starts looting them for all they've got.
That's right, Henna.
All right, so we've got a heavy blaster, we've got some frag grenades, we've got a comlink. I don't think this armor is going to fit any of us.
Henna, can you use that comm link to keep track of where the clone troopers are?
Yeah.
She plugs it into her data pad.
Well, everyone, I think that we need to let Henna guide us through a clear path of where the clone troopers aren't till she leads us to Master Debo Bend. And then we gotta get the heck out of here!
The group of you monitor where the clones are and are able to get from that middle ring to the center of the station without really running into anybody. At one point, you spot some clones all the way down the hall but they don't look like they're after you, and they just keep walking. It doesn't take very long before you're able to get to that meditation space in the center of the station. Getting there, you find the door to be locked from the inside.
No. Can Draxel do his thing to unlock it, or can Henna... Ooh.
It's probably more Henna's area of expertise.
Let's first have Bala check to see who's on the inside and if they're conscious and what they're thinking if they are.
Yeah, so Pashtambala holds a hand up to the door and closes her eyes and says,
Master Ben's hurt, but he's the only one in there. The only one alive, at least.
Hannah, do you think you can open the door?
Do I think I can open the door?
She plugs in and has the door open in about a minute.
So we all rush inside as quickly as we can and close the door behind us, and I would imagine that Henna would lock it again.
Yep, you rush in, close the door behind you, and with Henna's one advantage, she locks the door. This place looks like a battlefield. There are those meditation cushions are strewn about, feathers everywhere, and you see lying on the floor a number of clone troopers with lightsaber injuries. Leaning up against that big tree in the center is Master Bend, and as he sees the group of you enter this space, his eyes widen and a rare smile crosses his face. I am glad to see all 6 of you have made it here. I have been injured. I do not know if I can walk.
So how would Draxel just naturally step forward and try to heal Depot Bend, or is that something that they would wait for Chub to maybe suggest it?
I think Draxel would. Draxel's a smart boy.
Draxel's a self-starter.
Uh-huh. He may goof off a lot, but he knows what's going on more often than not. Draxel walks up to Master Bend and he assesses the injuries. He sees blaster burns on one of Debo's arms and on his leg, and tears the fabric of Debo's robe covering the arm. He looks at it for a second and then goes to his leg and says,
The dark side's too strong. I don't know if I can heal you, Master.
And Debo says, just concentrate. You are surrounded by friends. You can do this, Draxel.
Can I do my success thing? Like roll for my ability?
I think maybe the group of you all put a hand on Draxel's shoulder.
Yeah.
Maybe Chub leads the group.
Chub walks forward upon hearing Debo Ben's words and just reaches out a furry paw and rests it on what he can reach, which happens to be Draxel's elbow. Yeah, puts it on Draxel's elbow, standing on tiptoes to touch Draxel's elbow.
And Jonas, Pashtambala, Henna, Chambasa all put hands on Draxel's shoulder and back, and Draxel channels the Force from the group of you through himself into Debo Bend, and you see the wound on Debo's leg sort of stitch itself up a little bit, heal itself. He says,
I think you can walk now. I don't know what I can do about your arm, Master.
It is of no consequence.
Chub, not wanting to interrupt this really touching moment, is nevertheless very single-minded and wants to get them back on course. So really loudly they say,
Ronda!
Debo Bend stands up.
Yay!
Groans a little bit as he puts weight on his leg. Draxel and the other Padawans give him a little space, and Chambasa walks up to him and allows Debo to put a little weight on his shoulder. The path to the landing platform will be dangerous. Are you 6 ready?
Chub glances around at their fellow Padawan friends and really feels that they have been working so well together, and they just feel like they've moved beyond classmates and friends, and that this is really their family. All of them are family now. And Chub is so confident in their ability to all of them work together. So Chub looks all of them in the eye slowly and then looks back at Depot Bend and says in a powerful voice, "We have great power." They're ready for anything.
Fantastic. As the 7 of you get up and move towards the door, I think we'll need some checks.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to do here to get out, we're going to do a series of checks. And they can be from Chub, they can be from the other Padawans, they can be from Debo. So we're going to do 5 checks. 3 of them have to be successes.
Ooh, all right, we can do that.
What would you like to do
there they are.
first?
Oh, perfect. I was trying to find the people. So, what checks do they need to be?
You tell me what check you would be doing to get to this landing bay.
Well, I think the first check would need to be some kind of, I'm thinking either like a vigilance.
Okay.
Or a something that has to do with willpower, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so vigilance, yeah. So something to do with willpower, just because the group is going to need to muster up some courage to actually leave a room where they're safe.
Okay. Let's do the first one as an average vigilance check then.
Okay.
So 2 purples.
Haha.
0 successes, 1
Well,
advantage.
Chub, I have an advantage.
You do have an advantage.
I'd like to give it as an advantage to the next roll.
We'll give
dice.
it as a boost to the next roll.
A boost to the next roll.
So,
Yes.
they all leave the room.
Oh, we're leaving.
Yeah. This is you going to,
Oh,
to
no.
the landing platform.
Mark, I thought we were going to have to just do all 5 checks to determine whether or not, like...
No, this is the journey.
Oh, boy. All right, well, I just got more nervous.
Okay, so as you traverse these hallways, you're going from this inner ring all the way out to the outer one. And I think with the failure here, the clone commanders have not heard from the platoon that they sent after Debo Bend.
The platoon that these
And you...
adorable children
Yes.
have taken out like they're nothing.
You haven't taken it. You took out a captain.
Well, that's not nothing. Sorry.
You hear the sounds of boots moving towards the space. What would you like to roll next?
Oh, okay, well, great. So next is going to be Bala.
Okay.
We're going to do Bala next. So we're out of the room.
We're out of the room.
Oh yeah, let's definitely do a foresight check for Bala.
Problem with
or farsight, excuse me.
problem with those sort of skills is you can't actually fail them. So we're gonna not use force powers for this.
Oh, so but she doesn't have any non-force.
Lore and astrogation are hers.
That's not helpful.
Not particularly.
So maybe we move on
Unless you
until
can
that
think of
becomes
a
helpful.
think
Oh well,
of a lore somehow.
there's not really any lore about the clones,
No.
so that's not a thing. That's new tech, so that wouldn't.
Is there lore about this station? This ancient.
That's true. Yes, maybe. Yeah, and I'll bet an ancient, because it was built as a holy place, right? Because with the big tree, it's the
It has space for meditation and observation and science.
right. Okay, so I feel I'm just picturing in my head like a medieval castle or something that would have secret passages built into it.
You already know there are air ducts.
There are air ducts, but even more accessible. I feel like there would be built into the design secret passageways.
I don't know if there are secret passageways
But why wouldn't there be?
because it's a space station and I
Yes,
don't know.
but go with me here, Mark. Go with me here. The medieval ancient. Oh yes, this is a fortress where people come and meet with the king. But in case of assassin, push this button. You know what
That's
I mean?
not really something the Jedi really worry about, right?
A suspicious Jedi would. First argument of the game. It's just a thought. Now, you don't have to go there with
Do
me,
you
but...
want to flip a light side point?
Oh, well, I do have 3 light
You have 3 light sides.
Yeah, let's flip a point. I think
Okay.
that's worth it to me. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
And we're going to upgrade or check with that. And, okay.
Yep.
Hit the roll button. 3 successes. As the 7 of you move along this passageway and begin to hear the sounds of footsteps coming in your direction, Pashtambala grabs Chambasa's arm as Chambasa is leading Master Bend. And she says,
This way. The Grand Orbital Observatory was built by Planwandeli. One of the greatest Jedi architects. He always put secret passages. Follow me.
This girl.
And as you go, she, regardless of the situation you're in, begins to describe Plomblum Deli, the Athorian architect who designed some of the most beautiful Jedi temples across the galaxy.
So, they step into this secret passageway and...
Yeah, so they turn a corner and there's a little statue. And...
it's so Indiana Jones right now. I love this.
Yeah,
I did
you flipped
it.
the light side point for
I did
Indiana
it.
Jones.
I have arrived.
So around the corner, there's this little statue, and Pashtambala looks around it, and it is in the shape of an Athorian, like her. And she reaches around to the back of its neck, and you hear a little...
Oh.
And a door whooshes open behind it.
They rush to the door and it slides silently closed behind them. Chub turns around, looks behind, and then looks forward and lets out a long "School," which translates to "Hello."
It's very dimly lit and dusty back here. It doesn't look like anybody's been back here in ages, but you don't hear the sounds of the bootsteps anymore.
Peace and quiet. So Chub's first thought is, does Bala know her way around here? So Chub kind of pushes ahead in the group and gets to Bala, who's been leading them, and asks,
Mala? Do you know, how to get us to the landing platform from here? Because, I mean, we could really easily get lost and end up in a bad situation.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well?
It just seemed like a better option than the other option.
next check is Jonas.
Okay.
So, Jonas has sense.
Which we're not using force powers.
Oh, flippin' flipsticks. Okay, never mind. It might not be Jonas next. Oh, Henna's survival skill.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would like to do as the next check.
Okay.
Now, can her survival be used as, like, navigation?
Survival is navigation unless you're in a city.
Yes! We are not in a city.
No. So Henna pulls up the map that she had on the data pad and the clone patrols that were moving around, and that's your survival. You don't get to...
Oh, wait, what's Henna's? I'm sorry.
Henna's survival
Sorry.
is
Alright, okay.
yellow-green. These passages aren't on that map. They're not on the data pad. So her survival check is to infer from the data that she has where this passage leads.
Which is so... Henna is such a smart girl because it's basically just reading the negative space. What a clever Dan. So, I don't like that, but that's fine. Now, Bala had 3 successes.
It's true.
Is there any chance one of them could be used as a blue boy?
Mm-mm.
But did all of Bala's successes get used in that last turn?
Successes don't stack.
All right. I knew that, but I just wanted to see if you maybe forgot that. Okay. Okay, Henna. Use those amazing skills. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. Now this is going to... We've got 2 successes and 1 threat.
Yep. So Henna looks at the data pad and looks up and sort of looks around. There are little lights in the ceiling that are not quite as bright as the spaces that you were in before.
Okay.
The space that you were in before was almost like bright white, clean lines, all that sort of stuff. And this place is just dark and dingy.
I was picturing that the landscape of this space station is like the water planet where they made the clone troopers.
Just very bright.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. She looks at the data pad and then she looks around. She looks at the data pad and she looks around and she says,
I think I figured this out.
Gotcha! Yup!
Chub's just so enthusiastic.
Chub is very enthusiastic.
They're really positive. I'm proud of Chub. I'm proud of Chub as a being.
Mm-hmm.
They're a very positive being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Henna leads the group of you down these passages. She explains how she inferred the shape and direction of these from the shape of the rooms and corridors on the map and the positions that the clones are in and all of that. And you get, with our 2 successes so far, you get to the outer of the 3 rings of this place.
Okay, great.
And find a door that's going to lead out.
Now, how confident is Henna about what exactly we're going to step into when we open the door. Like, are we opening it into the landing platform?
No, you are not opening it into the landing platform.
Okay.
You're opening it into a room, but the info that you have doesn't give you anything on what it is.
We just have made it to the correct ring.
Yeah.
Is all we know.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
There are still a lot of clones around.
Correct.
And yeah, that's going on the next check, that threat.
Open flipstick.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're about to open the door to exit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's taking over? Okay. So Draxel only has mechanics available.
Mm-hmm.
Chambasa only has athletics and coordination available.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonas only has cool and discipline available.
Yep.
You know, cool/discipline, but whatever. Available.
No, they're two different things.
Oh, are they?
Yep.
One isn't the...
And then Debo has a full range of things, too, if you have anything in mind.
Oh, yes. I feel like I want to save Debo for actually piloting the ship when we get to it, provided we get to it.
Okay.
I think. That's where I'm leaning towards right now. Because right now, I think the kids are doing okay.
It's not one of his things, but
it's
he'd be
not?
okay with it.
Well, let's see. I guess if we make it to the ship, we'll probably have used our 5 rolls. I'll have used my 5 rolls.
And
then Henna can just jump in.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Then Henna can do a computer's, although that's not the same as piloting. Well, we can work it out. Okay, so I don't need to save him for that.
No.
Okay, great. Is this Debo?
This is not Debo.
This is not Debo.
I'm not giving you Debo stats.
Oh, the disrespect. Okay. I want to save Chambasa just in case we get into an altercation.
Okay.
I want to save Chambasa's athletics check for an altercation.
Okay.
Draxel, with his mechanics, I want to save that for if we run into a locked door or something like that. So Draxel...
Computers would also work for... Well, you can't...
But I already used Henna. And we've used Vala's lore. So...
And you need one more success.
1, 2... Okay. So available, I have Chambasa, Draxel, and Jonas.
And Debo.
Oh, and Debo, that's true. What do we need for behind this door? I think that we need cool behind this door.
Okay.
Because if there happen to be troopers or who knows what on the other side of the door, a cool head to guide and direct and keep everyone calm is what I want. So I'm going to do a Jonas cool check.
Jonas cool?
Jonas cool.
Not the risk of Debo cool?
No.
Okay.
Well, trying to think realistically, I think that's a fair point that the adult, quote unquote,
You could also
Debo
potentially
is
do
the adult.
leadership in this situation.
Oh, that would be good because we're going out into the open. Yeah, maybe a Debo leadership check. Yeah, let's do that. 2 yellow and a green.
2 yellow and a green. Setback.
Oh, wait, why? Oh, was that the threat?
Yep, there's a setback because of the threat rolled on the previous one.
Okay. I'll allow it.
What that is that the kids are getting nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. That makes sense then why Debo would be stepping up.
Yeah. Do you want to roll that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Ooh.
3 threats are going to make the next one a little more difficult.
But we got 2 successes, so it was a successful
Yeah.
roll. So please tick mark. Thank you. That's 3.
That's 3.
Oh, but those 3 threats are...
Yeah. No, but that's 3. You did it.
I did it, but...
So then I get to use those threats, not on a roll.
Yeah. You just get to use them willy-nilly.
So the 7 of you stand on the dark side of this door.
I'm really loving the visuals I'm having in my head about... I'm playing the movie of what's happening, and it's great. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
And Debo says, "You have all faced great hardships today, and I expect troubled times in the days to come. But we have each other, and we will make it through this." And he opens the door. The space that you enter is large. It's not landing bay large, but it's close. And as you watch your master, he seems to get his bearings in here and leads with Chambasa's help in the direction that you need to go.
So Debo is really familiar with this space station, right?
He's been here before, yeah.
But he did it... So, aside from not knowing about the secret passageways, which is fine, he would recognize this room when he enters it and know where to go from here. Okay, great.
Yep. This space...
Does he say what this room is?
It looks science-y.
Okay. A lab?
It looks like a lab of some sort. There are a lot of computers, and I don't know, it might be like physics, astronomy, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Which is just really going to look like a lot of computers.
Yeah.
And probably some of those big clear screens, like in A New Hope, with a bunch of lines that mean nothing to us, but mean a lot to you.
Correct.
And Debo leads the way towards the door, which is closed. And with your 3 threats, I think Henna speaks up with her data pad. There are a lot of clones on the other side of that door. Thanks for listening to this episode of Coruscant Nights. Coruscant Nights is a production of Nightcast Creative. To find out more about us and our projects, visit nightcastcreative.com. Thanks to Mary Frances for playing on these episodes. If you want more Mary Frances, you can hear her in the first season of The Otherplace. Have you joined our Discord yet? Come join other Coruscant Nights and Otherplace fans and talk about the shows, your favorite RPGs, and join us for monthly live streams and live games. Check the show notes for a link. And last but not least, don't forget about Donate for Destiny. Influence our Destiny pool and make a difference in children's lives. Check out nightcastcreative.com/destiny for more info and a link to donate.